Why? 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 Why, oh god fucking why?
Hi folks. Yeah, I don't really upload videos much anymore, and that's just because existing is exhausting. Should get that on a t-shirt. Anyway, I have been on this platform for 7 years, and when I say it has been the most stressful 7 years of my life, that is no exaggeration. Like, I've been on this platform since 2017, and only just last year did I manage to reach 1,000 subscribers. And you'd think I'd be happier about that than I am. And don't get me wrong, like, I appreciate each and every one of you. At least the people who are actually watching this, that is. If anyone. But for one, I mean, I don't really feel like I earned it. I just kinda, like, fumbled along and just happened to reach 1,000 at some point. And it's not like it's even made my viewership go up at all. If anything, my viewership has gone down the more subscribers I've gained. Make that make fucking sense. Like, I swear this has to be the most ass-backwards platform on the planet. Like, all the smaller creators are left hanging out to dry, while all the bigger creators are pushed out to the public when they don't really need to be. They're doing fine on their own, I think. And when it comes to the smaller creators, the more subscribers they have, the less views they have. What is this shit? What is going on? And I'm not gonna sit here and act like my content is the best. I know that half the time I'm just throwing shit together for the sake of it. Which, you know, obviously isn't really gonna get you anywhere, but it seems like the more effort I put into a video, the less likely it is to get views. Meanwhile, my lower effort content actually gets the most views. Again, ass backwards as fuck. Like, when I first started this channel, I had a goal, and that was to be a game reviewer, and that was primarily what I did for, like, the first, like, year or two on the platform, right? But I would, you know, be editing those for, like, days, if not weeks, sometimes months, and just nothing, you know, so little to gain from it, and I'm like, if this is how this is gonna be, I can't continue pouring my heart into content and putting effort into it, because there's no return from that. I'm just doing it for myself at that point. Just to be like, hey, I did that. And, that was good enough at first, but, you know, after a while, I'm just like, what the fuck am I even doing this for? And I've considered quitting the platform on multiple occasions, but every time I'm at my wit's end, it seems like that's when just a flood of positive comments comes in, and people are like, hey, you're doing fine, keep going, we got your back, all the way. Which, you know, inspires me to keep trying, and it's just a never-ending cycle. And it's been like that for 7 years. And I can't seem to escape it. And I realize it's a competitive platform, you know, there's a lot of creators out there fighting for people's attention, and, you know, they always tell you, like, you gotta find that niche, you gotta find what works for you. You gotta keep experimenting and see what works for you. Okay, I've done that a lot. And by freak accident, a video of mine will get way more views than I usually get, right? And I'm like, Eureka! I found it! This is the type of video that I need to make. And then I make another video like that, you know, several other videos like that, and just nothing. No, you know, no engagement whatsoever. And I'm like, what freaking gives? Like, I've made this type of video before. It was popular. Why is it not a winning formula? So it really just seems completely random if a video of mine is even gonna get views or not. Which makes me, I'm constantly being like, okay, what type of content should I make? Because it doesn't seem to matter. It either gets views or it doesn't. They also say you gotta be consistent. I mean, yeah, I get that. Obviously, if somebody doesn't know what type of content you're gonna make, that's gonna throw them off. Meanwhile, channels that always make the same type of content, it's like comfort food. You always go there when you want a certain type of content because that's the type of content that you're gonna get. But me, I don't want to be stuck in that trap of just always doing the same thing. I'm a very experimental person. Sometimes I feel like doing this, other times I feel like doing that. And that's just kind of how I am. I don't really like sticking to the same thing over and over again. And some might also say, stick to what you love. Whatever you're passionate about, just keep doing that. Well, the things I enjoy doing the most are comedy skits and just little discussion videos where I talk in front of the camera, moist critical style. But those two types of videos, the ones that I enjoy making the most, get the least amount of views. So, yeah. It's very discouraging. Now, a fairly popular type of content that I've seen floating around is ranking things with memes, which I have made a couple of those. And those two videos of mine got the most views, probably out of most of the things that I've made. But I don't really like making that type of content. It was just something I did a couple of times just because I wanted to share my opinions on things and I thought that would be a fun way to do it. But it's not like I want to be stuck making that same type of content over and over again. So I would pretty much be stuck making a type of content that I do not want to make, at least not consistently. And there is going to be a point when that video format dies out and doesn't get many views anymore. And then what do I do? And that's kind of the YouTuber trap, unfortunately. If you go viral for something very specific, you're stuck doing that specific thing until that specific thing isn't popular anymore. Then people aren't going to want to watch you anymore. But then if you do anything else, that's not going to work either. And that's kind of the pattern I've noticed and why a lot of, popular content creators eventually die out. Because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like Cabby Lame, for example. His whole thing is silent comedy, right? He will basically show a video of someone doing something really overly complicated, like some sort of life hack, and then he does it the simple way, and he's just like that. But, his whole shtick is only funny the first few times you see it. And after a while, people were like, yo, these types of videos aren't even funny anymore. But I guarantee you, if he tried to do anything else, that wouldn't work either. They'd just be like, why aren't you doing the thing that you're known for? Oh, because the thing that I'm known for doesn't fucking work anymore. That's why. And I've sort of fallen into that trap already. I don't know how many of you watching are aware, but I used to make Soul Calibur 6 content when that first came out. I really liked making characters in the game, and I had actually gotten pretty good at it because I, had a lot of practice making characters, and I knew what combinations of items would look like almost exactly like a particular character. Like, I wasn't really on like Dark Nemesis 666 level, but I would say I was probably like up there, right? Not to toot my own freaking horn or anything, but I was pretty good at it. But it's not like I wanted to be stuck making that same type of content forever, and besides, it really didn't take long for Soul Calibur 6 to completely die out, and now anyone who still makes content for that game, I'm just like, why do you even bother? Like, whatever floats your boat, but like, that ship has sailed, amigo. It's time maybe to try something else. And not only that, there were people who were constantly requesting that I make certain characters, that they just would not let up, and if I made any other type of video, they're like, hey, what about my request? You haven't done my request yet. Okay? Who said I was gonna? But, you know, that's the thing. I took one person's request, and they all just expected me to do that, and I kind of lost my passion for it because of that, and I wasn't even able to make the characters that I wanted to make, and it was very frustrating for me. And I don't even really play Soul Calibur 6 anymore, just because, like, those people killed the passion, any passion that I had for that. So that sucks. And at this point, even if they were to make a Soul Calibur 7, I would probably just play it on my own free time and not even bother making content surrounding it, because I don't want something like that to happen again. And like, some people still recognize me as that guy, the Soul Calibur 6 guy, and that's all I am to them, because there are still, every once in a while, people who are like, oh, will you make another Soul Calibur 6 video? No! I don't fucking want to! Leave me alone! Like, the Soul Calibur 6 community is toxic as fuck. Like, I had a friend on YouTube named Kitty Meowser Gaming who was driven off of the platform for, like, the very same reason. Like, y'all motherfuckers need therapy or Jesus. Or both. Hell, the whole fucking internet needs Jesus therapy. Like, get help. Please. I implore you. And I'll be going there right along with you. Like, we all need help. For real. Send help. Send Jesus. Send anyone. Please. And more recently, it seems like rage bait has become popular on the internet, and I even kind of noticed that because I made a video that wasn't even intended to be rage bait. It was just a video kind of defending Intergalactic. It was more so just being like, hey, why are you guys jumping on this hate bandwagon so quick? Like, we don't even know anything about the game yet, just chill. Like, might not even be that good, but I mean, do you even really know until you've experienced it for yourself? Like, no. Probably not, but people freaked the fuck out, disliked that video to hell, and you were just shitting on me and being pricks. And I'm like, I didn't do anything, I just expressed my opinion. Jesus. And that whole experience kinda made me disappear for a few months to ponder things, and then I kinda was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should just start rage baiting people, you know? Having, titles and thumbnails that are just super exaggerated to kinda pull people in and be like, hey, chill. It's not that serious. Right? But, you know, that's not working either, because, you know, just yesterday I made a video talking about the Switch 2, and the title was, you know, why I hope it fails, and, like, I don't really feel that way. You know, I'd maybe prefer if people held off on buying it in hopes that maybe Nintendo will actually drop the price and make it more affordable, but it's not like I want it to be another Wii U, you know, or Dreamcast situation, right? I don't want it to flop that fucking hard, but I figured if I exaggerated the title and thumbnail that would pull people in, but nah, that didn't work. It's not like I even want to be that guy, but it's like, if fucking clickbait and rage bait is all that works, you know, fuck it, but even that doesn't seem to work for me, so fuck me, I guess. Anyway, that's about it for my rambling at the moment. If you're having a bad day, I hope things get better, and if you're having a good day, I'm happy for you. Anyway, peace. Spread love, not hate.